Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is staining, and I'm Uma Maheshwari. So, what is staining? Staining is nothing but a process that is done to view the microorganisms. Why should we stain and then view microorganisms? Is that when you view a microorganism under a microscope, that will appear somewhat colorless. You cannot see that clearly. So what we have to do is we have to give color to the microorganisms. So the process of giving color to the microorganism and making it contrast to the environment or to its background is called staining. Staining is a method through which you add color to the bacteria and you make it more evident to see under a microscope. So it is easy to view them. Only if it is easy to see them, you can study their size, shape, structure, and their internal organelles. So we said that a stain is required for giving color to the bacteria. And now, what is a stain? A stain is nothing but a dye. A dye, a color. So stain is nothing but a color or a dye. So this dye will provide the contrast to the microorganism from its background. So this stain is made up of a positive ion and a negative ion. So these two are the terms that we use often in microbiology. Number one is stain. That is what we are discussing now. Stain is a type of dye that gives color to the microorganism in order to make it visible and clear to see under a microscope. And number two is strain. A strain is nothing but a subtype of a species. You know, from kingdom to species, it comes under the classification. This strain is nothing but another subdivision which comes below species. So this strain is a group of organisms that is grouped based on the similarities or dissimilarities within a species. And the next topic is components of a stain. So stain has three components. Number one, benzene ring. Number two is chromophore. Number three is oxochrome. Number one, benzene ring. Benzene ring is the structural component of a dye. It is a colorless part. The color which a dye has is not based on benzene ring because it gives only the structure. And number two is chromophore. When I say chromo, it means color. So here chromophore means it is obvious that this part of the stain gives color to the dye. So chromophore gives color to the stain, and number two, it has the functional group of the dye. And number three is oxochrome. Oxochrome is the one that gives ionic property to the stain, which is, whenever you add dye to a microorganism or cells which you want to study under a microscope, this oxochrome has the ionic property through which this dye will get attracted to the cell which you are going to stain. And the last one is chromogen. Chromogen is not an individual part. Together, benzene ring and chromophore, they are called as chromogen. Chromogen is a word that describes a combination of benzene ring and chromophore. And the next one is types of stains. See, what we discussed earlier is component of a stain. A stain has three components, but what we are dealing with now is types of stains. Stains can be grouped into three types. Number one, acidic stain. Number two, basic stain. Number three, neutral stain. Whenever you have acidic, basic, then the third one will be obviously neutral. So what you have to remember is acidic stain means otherwise known as anionic stain. AA. You think like that. Number two, basic stain, which is otherwise known as cationic stain. So the next type is acidic stain. The chromogen of the acidic stain are usually negatively charged. Hence we call them to be anionic stain. It is used to stain only positively charged substances. That is because this dye is negatively charged. So it can get attracted to only positive substances. And number 3 is that bacterial cells are negative in nature. The cell wall of the bacteria has negative charge because of the presence of carboxylic group. So you cannot stain a bacterial cell using acidic stain. But you can stain histone protein, which is positively charged. The example of acidic stains are eosin, nigrosin, India ink. You would have observed that India ink and nigrosin will be used to stain the background of the slide in case of capsule staining. That is because these in India ink and nigrosin or acidic stain, they cannot be used to stain bacterial cell. That is one point. And number 2 is that they will be dark in color. The second one is basic stain. The chromogen of the basic stain is positively charged, hence it is otherwise known as cationic stain. Positive charge cationic stain. And number 2 is that since it is positively charged, it can get attracted to negative charge. Bacterial cell has negative charge. So this basic stain can be used to dye bacterial cell. Examples: methylene blue, safranin, malachite green, basic fuchsin, crystal violet, and all other stain which you use in microbiology to dye a bacterial cell comes under basic stain. And the third one is neutral stain. It is nothing but a salt of acidic and basic stain. So it has both cation and anion in it. If it has both positive and negative charge, then it becomes neutral. Hence it is called neutral stain. Example is Giemsa stain and eosinate of methylene blue. And the next one is mechanism of staining. In the mechanism of staining, ion exchange takes place between the stain and the microorganism. In this case, the bacterial cell is negatively charged and the dye, cationic dye, is usually positively charged. So basic dye, when you add basic dye to bacteria, what happens is it will get attracted to each other and some sort of ion exchange will take place between them and it will give color to the bacteria. Thank you.